that was weird. Well, that was weird. What the heck is that all about? Jeez. It just was too much for it, man. And then I couldn't type sec properly because the keyboard kept mashing X. Gosh. Dang. Are you all alive? Am I dead? Tell me. I want to know. I'm just gonna get back to drawing, I guess. The jazz for the soul was too much, you guys. I'm so sorry. Good lord. Anyways. That was kind of funny though. Are you guys alive? Pop out shot. End my suffering, please. I missed y'all too. Are you still off? Are you guys alive? Am I alive? The jazz was too strong. Shall we tempt fate once more? It's working. I'm good. You're alive. I'm glad. That was so funny. People probably like who close the tab or like have it open on another thing are probably so confused. They're probably like, what happened? Did it make a new video, I wonder? If that is that recorded as its own thing? Ugh. I'm going to check real quick. And then we can get back to business. I don't feel like not streaming anymore. So I think I'm just going to continue and make these private, I guess. It's not showing up quite yet, so whatever. It's working. Yeah, I guess just refresh. Unfortunately, the viewership tanked a little bit because of that, just because I don't think everyone was notified that I started again. But we're at 92 now. Slowly climbing up. I am sorry about that. I don't know what that was. I didn't have any problems, I think, beforehand. Stream health is at green, so it restarted. Okay, so I guess let's just keep trying. I mean, pretend that didn't happen. Anyways, hi, how are you guys? Having a good day? Are you guys having a great time? Should I work on something else? I could work on Harper, but I actually want to make Harper into like and the other characters into like a video, so maybe I'll wait. I drew some mouths. I don't know, what do you guys want to see? The world is our oyster. Sweating? Is it oh, it's summer here. I see. I see. Hello, you're here now. Hello. Anyway. Oh, wait, now I see it. Okay, now I see it. Okay. So It said it streamed 4 minutes ago, but when I click on the tab, it's continuing the stream, so I guess it's okay. Alright. Let's get down to business. Have I been watching any good shows or movies recently? I mean, I watched a couple things that were in theaters. I watched Spider-Verse twice and saw Mary Poppins. I still need to watch Bumblebee. So those were, I enjoyed myself with both movies. I need to start a couple series. I know I need to start a couple series my friends recommended to me, and some of the series you guys recommended to me. What did you miss? A lot of tomfoolery. That was so funny. Oh, God. Have I seen the show Merlin? I haven't, but I had friends who were very into it when I was a few years back, and I saw gifs of it on my dashboard all the time. I feel like I'd like it. I do watch Steven Universe. It's been a while since I've gotten on that train again. I need to do some watching. There's a lot of Netflix shows I want to watch. A lot of animated ones. Like I need to watch Castlevania, and I need to watch I want to rewatch Dragon Prince and She-Ra. And is Miraculous Ladybug on Netflix? No, wasn't it like a Nickelodeon thing? I was gonna get the DVD for it, but if it's on Netflix, I might just watch it on Netflix. Cause that's one I haven't seen yet. Oh, I need to watch that one too, A Series of Unfortunate Events. There's so many good things right now. So many good, splendid things out there. Miraculous on Netflix, awesome. The Godzilla anime movies on Netflix. I haven't yet. What am I doing here? Who's still drawing? Cool. Anyone like doing something else, like working on like school stuff or like writing? Doesn't have to be an artist only zone. Taking a break from drawing to eat? Okay. Yeah, good. Food's always good. Hmm. Oh, sure. Homework counts. Gotta get that education. I suppose I can, yeah. Like I said to a couple in the beginning of the stream, all my live streams, like the past ones I've done, except for the OC Hoopla, I'm going to be making private in about a week or so. This one will be a little longer just because it's newer. Just to clean up the channel a bit. So if you still want to listen to those, go ahead and do that. Or download them if you want. But I have made up my mind. Good night, Annie. No, I haven't played the Arcana. I was actually talking about this earlier in the stream. I did use some of the music. I actually just got the music from a royalty-free music sharing site, I guess, Kevin MacLeod's. And I was just looking for something that kind of fit the mood of whatever I was drawing. And I didn't know it happened to be a song from the Arcana. Is it like the intro music or something, or is it just music that plays throughout, or? But no, I'm a fan of Kevin MacLeod's work, and it's easy to obtain. So I just use a lot of his stuff, and I haven't heard of that one before, and I used it. That's true. I could enlist them. Put them in a playlist. A very good thought. I might try that. Would I do a crossover thing with it? I would be open to that, yeah. I've been kind of meaning to do that with Zoe and Jenna. But yeah, absolutely. Ooh, my legs hurt. I know I shouldn't be sitting cross-legged, but it's something I always fail to do. I have to sit with them on the floor like a good artist, but I fail. I know, isn't it that just the way? I'm not surprised to hear a lot of people also cross their legs when they're sitting at the computer drawing. But it's bad for your knees. I've suffered that the hard way. I've gotten up suddenly sometimes after sitting long periods of time crisscross like that, and I've hurt myself very badly. Keep your feet on the floor, you guys. It's better for your health in the long run. So straighten your back too. So many things I gotta remember to do while I draw, like wear my brace for my wrists, keep my back straight. Like, what more do you want from me? Same here. Ooh, my back. Did you guys hear that really gross noise? That was my back cracking. Disgusting. Yeah, I think the black leggings work. I think they work especially well since she's wearing a lot of gold, so. I don't know what color to make her top, though. Maybe half black, half something else. Oh, you're making it to a live stream? Hello, the Lost Potato Chip. Interesting to see some newcomers come in. Thanks for staying, whoever's here. Thanks for staying as long as you have. I almost put like ads on this live stream, but I felt weird about doing that. I don't know. I put ads on my videos just to help with like costs and stuff, but something about it feels weird for live streams. Thanks to those who watch the ads on the videos. I know ads are annoying, but they definitely help me financially, even if it's like just like a little bit of money. Not live streams though. I think I'm just gonna keep ads off of those. This is just a place to come and chill. Let me see. Can put the same blue on the bottom. Yeah. Maybe? Or maybe I should use gold. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, I think I might one day. I'm not in dire need of the support, but it definitely helps. Maybe one day I'll get over that and just put ads on. I wonder if I should just make the entire top black. Does that work? Kind of makes it more look like a sports bra. Which I don't know, fantasy for sports bra, why not? Same though. An animatic? Oh, I do all the time. I really do. There's so many scenarios I'd like to animatic out. Animatic? Yeah, do storyboards for. There's still so much I need to learn more about, like, with the animatics. There's so much, like, pacing I need to learn. And just setup in general. I need to study. Hello, Zoe. You just missed the most amazing thing. Stream went offline. I flipped out. Y'all didn't see it, but I fainted and woke up feeling like a bucket of ham. That didn't happen. I'm lying. This is the part of the stream where I've streamed, how long? It's been 3 hours, 3.5 hours, and now I've finally gone nuts. I couldn't spell sec. I kept writing sex in the chat. And I'm like, frick! I kept trying to fix it. But it kept getting worse. I kept saying it. Kept writing sex in the chat. I'm like, no, please stop. These people's poor baby eyes. I'm betraying their trust. I'm breaking my own rules. Someone take me to baby jail. Hello. You could probably see it in like the stream playback once this thing's uploaded. It very much is Gabby. Hello, Gabby. How are you? You know what, Maya? Neither do we. This actually is coming out okay. I don't mind the whole, like, I don't know what, like, she's like a, I can't tell if it's leggings and like a fantasy sports bra kind of thing, or if it's just like a bodysuit with like a thing that cut. I feel like she'd wear something like that though. Some bold fashion choices made by my good character Melody. Yeah, come and draw. Come and draw. Come along, the fun never ends. It's time to party with Garfield and friends. I'm kind of getting into the mood to draw something as well. Coloring, like blocking in color and painting is relaxing, but I think it's more for like zoning out to like a podcast or a TV show. Speaking of which, I'm now all caught up with the Adventure Zone, and now I gotta wait another 2 weeks to get an episode. What am I gonna do? I got the graphic novel just in. So excited to read that. Bald people are powerful. She's always been bald too. I feel like this would be like a character choice I'd make like after the fact, like a long time after I've had her. But no, she's always been bald. Bald characters represent. But also it sucks because now I have to learn how to draw a proper head properly, and so the cranium doesn't look weird. Gotta make sure it's still large enough to have a brain in that thing. She usually wears like a sheer headscarf or something, though. It usually just like protects her head from the sun. I think I had a picture of her up like that. Yeah. Oh, she's wearing the same earrings too. Didn't even notice that. I'm excited to start painting over it, just so I can get their faces to how I really want them. Because I started this drawing like a while ago, like maybe a month ago. Now I'm seeing all like the mistakes or like the weird stuff about it. Why does Kai have like a wrap around the arm? His sleeves aren't like that. That's strange. Should have some arm bared. Or do I want to keep it? I'll keep it for now. We shall see. Alright, most of the color's been blocked in. I still have to do the eventide and Nalletti's shoes, but we've got that going for us. How to line art? I couldn't even tell you. Mine's not very smooth. I don't think it's abhorrent. It's not like the chicken scratch I used to do when I was younger, but it certainly isn't clean by any means. But it's something I would like to continue to like get better at. Do I have any tips though? Even though I'm not a master myself. I don't know how, I'm not gonna, like, I don't know how to, like, put this into words, so I'm gonna try to do this as visually as possible. But, like, let's use this eye for an example. When you're lining, I do, like, this thing where it's, like, you add a bit of weight to it. It's gonna be, like, pretty shoddy, but it's gonna get the point across, I guess. So, I know the eyebrows there. Giving it, like, line art character is kind of fun. So, when I mean give it weight, I mean, like, you know how when you have your brush, most of the time you'll have it so, like, the tip is smaller than, like, the body of the stroke itself, like, it's smaller down here. It kind of creates some interest, and when you have, like, that in line art as well. I mean, some people go full thin line art, and it's fairly good when you're good at line art and can do that style, and I'm envious of people who can. But I personally prefer, like, one that displays, like, line art that displays different sizes and stuff. And something else I wanted to say, but I don't know how to say it. I guess just going back in and making sure, like, if you can, like, dress it up a little nicer so you can see, like, this, it's kind of, like, not, it doesn't look like it's very connected to the other thing, so if you want, you can go back in there and just, like, make it look like it's attached and give it a bit of volume, I guess, body. I'm not sure how to say it. My vocabulary isn't very strong when it comes to line art. But creating interest via line weight is, like, helps, I think. And you can also, like, hatch. I like to do hatching when I like very slight, like, when you do eyebrows, you can for, like, the hairs, like, and then I'll do it with, like, the eyes. It just, I guess it depends on your overall style, I suppose. You'll find it. And when you pull back, it usually looks better than it does when you go up front. If you guys have Sai, I guess most programs do this, but you have like, this thing called New in View, and I've been using this a lot more recently. You can have, like, the same thing on one screen. So if you want to go zoom in on a project and work on it, like, really small, like, but have a new window open, so when you work on it, it'll reflect, it'll, like, copy what it's going, so you can see what it looks like when it's all pulled out. So when you go back, it doesn't look like it kind of works, you know. So, like, when you're working on something and you're really up close and it somehow looks really bad when you pull out, you can have, like, this open and make sure it looks fine, is what I'm trying to get at, I suppose. The distant all-seeing eye, yes. I'm using Sai. I'm very bad with Photoshop. It's very difficult for me to navigate. I like Sai has, like, a lot of simplicity to it, so that's why I like to use it so much. It's very straight and to the point, though it does miss a lot of good features, a lot of art things to use. So that's why I have, like, separate things like Krita, Krita's free, and I think it's a very solid art program. And I have Sketchbook, and I believe Sketchbook are like, the people who make it, Sketchbook, you know, like just like the drawing thing. I believe they made that free recently. They just totally made it free. I forget. I don't know if it's a specific version they made free, but I downloaded it and it works fairly well. It's also a kind of simple program, similar to Sai, and it has a mirror tool that I like to use. Sai 2, I think, the beta version of Sai 2 has a mirror tool, so I think I might try to get that. What pen do I use? Oh, like brushes, or like like a tool. Like my tablet is very basic. It's just like it's a Wacom sketch, I think. It's like a $50 little thing. It's not like I don't have an amazing drawing tool, because my main one broke and then the backup broke. So I just got like this little thing to tide me over until I can save it for a new one. But I haven't really needed a new one. It's small, but it gets the job done just fine, honestly. And I'm a bit nervous about saving it for S&T because I don't even know if I'll like it. But brush-wise, the one I'm using right now, my new favorite, is actually an airbrush tool. And it's the flat shape, so it's like I got a square edge to it. And the texture is noise. And you can just play around with that. I just like I like the texture it gives. It's like a real looking brush to me. Another one I use, what else I use? This one's fine, it's fairly basic. It's just like a basic brush tool with a flat bristle and a canvas texture. And this one I've used for a long time is a brush tool with middle flat as the shape and canvas too. I don't know, I feel like every version of Sai is different for some reason. I feel like some people have textures that I don't, and other people don't have textures that I do, so I don't know what the deal is. Mine's from the original site itself, so I don't know if each version has a different sort of lineup. I'm not sure. But I also use the basic, pencil tool. It's just like as basic as you can get. No shape. No nothing. Just the min size is down low. Yep. Nice. Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that is. That's such an odd thing. I don't know, because I know a lot of people pirate Sai, right? I mean, we all do it. We all did it. And some people, the versions they pirated, people made their own brushes. So I don't know if that's a factor into it, but I'm definitely noticing, like, official versions of Sai will have different brushes. And I don't know if that's, like, a case-to-case or if it's version-based or whatever. But the one I have right now has actually a very large selection, and I'm happy with it, and I don't want to change it. I'm good, man. I am good. Okay, so it's actually looking fairly okay so far. I might move Leonard out of the way of Kyle a little bit because I feel like his hand overlapping is just, it's a little distracting. Hi, Penny! Penny Parker! Oh, I love you, Penny. I miss Penny so much. I'm gonna do some channel art for Penny. Make some fan art, fan art. I have done channel art for Penny, but I want to make some more fan art. I miss Penny. Everyone go see Penny's channel. She's the cutest. She's super funny. I know, I'm in fangirl mode. I love Penny. Do I want to do Harper? I feel I should wait on Harper. I keep saying I'm gonna do Harper, but I think I'm gonna, like, wait, because I still don't know. Can't decide. I kind of want to do an art bids video for Harper and, like, a couple other characters from this world, so I'm not sure yet. I could draw Harper, but maybe unrelated to this. She bedazzled her sword, you guys. Isn't she funny? Oh, my tablet pen is wigging out. Let me... Please don't wig out. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Penny. I'm sorry. My good pal, Penny. Is there anything else I can work on? Okay, I think I might just carry on with this just for a little bit longer, and then I will draw something different because I want to finish this. I want to finish. I gotta color in the book, you guys. This book has so many colors. Yeah, that's exactly what she did. Harper's funny. She's like, I really wanted to create like this very like, I don't know how to say, I guess, quote unquote basic white girl kind of character. You know, you know what I'm talking about. But she's got a sword. You know, like the kind of girl you just like see all the time. And so many of those girls I feel like are so powerful. Like the way they talk about things are just so, it like amazes me. It fascinates me. And I see them all the time at the Starbucks I work at. And I'm like, you'd be the most powerful person in the world if you had a sword, m'lady. And I want to travel the world with you. Well, this always the time it's become a comic. I like it too. I don't know if it will. It's just this kind of thing I'm playing around with. But maybe. She's just like this, Harper's just basically like this gal who's going to beauty school to like cut hair and stuff. And, she's got like this sword that basically means like she's like this really cool, I don't know if it was like a past life kind of thing, I'm trying to figure that out, but either it's like an ancestor thing or a past life thing that she was like once a really like famous knight, I guess, for like this fantasy world, and she like ends up finding this ancient sword, and she's like, it's cute, it's kind of ugly, so I'm gonna go like bedazzle it and put little gemstones on it. Cut hair with a sword, there you go. But I also think she's super strong. Like she goes to like the gym all the time and does like, I don't know, like special like she likes to get like really fit, and like she lifts, bro. And that really helps with her like fighting. Let me see. I'm just trying to think about what I want to do next. I'm so indecisive when it comes to streaming. I know what I want to do when I'm like not streaming, but once I have an audience, it's like, oh, what would be fun and cool to do? Do I want to continue or do I want to work on something else? Oh, good night, Dark and Mar. Have fun with your comic. She wants to fight so she can bedazzle all the ugly monsters. She's gonna give all the monsters makeovers. She cute. She'd be like, girl, I'll give you a mani-pedi. Come over to my beauty school. I'll have my best gals work on you. Don't even worry about it. Oh yeah, Benny, you stream a lot more than I do, so I bet you know. Penny streams are so much fun. I'm sorry I lurk so much. I lurk a lot on Penny's streams. I don't really interact with chat, but I like to have the tab open and listen to you play. Very soothing while drawing. Have a lot of fun. Oh yeah? Battlefield with the bedazzle gun, her true weapon. I love Harper. I feel like I'm gonna like her a lot once I start like thinking about her character a lot more. Ain't that just the way though? You draw like a decent head and you can't have a body. Sometimes I'll like draw the body first because I know it's gonna happen. I know I'm gonna have an off day with drawing. So if I can get like a solid foundation down, like I'll draw a bean for the head or like a circle and then a bean for the body. I know that I've had several projects I wanted to finish. Oh my gosh, drawing feet is so difficult. I don't know if you were around for the beginning of the stream when I had to draw a foot. Like, I was having a breakdown because I'm like, how do feet look when they're on the floor in a shoe? Couldn't tell ya. I sure as heck don't know. I don't know if I even have any good tips for feet. Not even like passing ones. Passing tips I've seen before. I guess something I could just, and not really advice, but just something to watch for is like the angle of a foot. When it's like how it is on the floor, like the perspective of a foot, right? When it's standing, like how off the floor, like how overhead is it? Is it like directly in front of you, or are you like looking at it from? I guess just be mindful of where you're looking at it from when it's because even when it's on the floor, it's not like totally flat, right? It's still raised like a little bit, just like slightly. That almost reads as a foot. Almost. Yeah, heels are difficult. I think it's kind of easier drawing a foot from the side for me, I guess. I don't... Reference definitely helps. Like, if I had a reference open, I'd be like, okay, this is no Biggie Smalls. I know what a foot looks like now. Yeah, no. Ugh. Get it away from me. I kind of want to draw Cassian. I know I draw Cassian all the time. But I was doing some doodles for him earlier. Yesterday, I guess. Like some kind of cool, creepy ones. Yeah, they really are a wing it kind of thing, aren't they? Draw the Bab. I guess I was working out how, like, I don't really, it's always in my head, but I always like neglect to draw him using his powers on like the scale he'll usually use it as, which is fairly large and show-offy. It kind of offsets how like delicate he actually is. He's not very strong. So just kind of working out how he moves specifically. It's kind of like, it's difficult because in my head it's so clear cut, but when I'm drawing, it's very difficult to have him move around in the way I like, which is like half dissolving into like air and half using illusionary magic to make himself look larger, I suppose. Hello! How are you? And he's also especially difficult to draw while in motion because he's very flexible. He's very bendy. He's a very nimble little man. And it's not little, he's like 5'9". It's not super small, but compared to I guess compared to other characters he could be. Where is that one photo I had of earlier of him and Matthias? There. So this was the first drawing I did in a while of him in active motion, and it felt really nice because that's how he fights. He's very quick. I guess 5'9" is small to some. It's sort of close to 6 foot, right, though? Maybe it's because I'm short. I'm 5'2", so anyone above, like, 5'7", 5'6", or 7 is just big, tall to me. So, like, a lot of gesture work is done with him, because otherwise this drawing is too stiff. And I like his wraith claws he usually use because they add some interest to, his, I guess, sort of nimble form, like the big claws kind of just, like, adds a little something, you know? That's true, I could. They're so funny. They're funny in the way that, like, I guess in the way only two people who've known each other for so long and know each other very well could be funny, like, you know, that kind of humor. It's like, I know you inside and out, and I know when you're being a doofus. And Cassian's always smiling weird. He always looks like a little goblin man. He's such a snake. Which character ship is my favorite? Oh, it's so... I have so many. Matthews and Cav seen all, obviously. But like Amelia and Robin and like the Matthews' parents. See ya! Should tall people have rights? Let's discuss. All of my characters are super tall too. Except Samos. Samos is tiny, like me. I guess Enzo's 5'5", he's short. Yes, they should. Oh, there is. I get bashful when it comes to romantic interactions with my own characters. I don't know why. I do it all the time. I'm a vanilla pixie stick. I love drawing hand-holdiness. I love hand-holding. It's cute. Maybe I should. I posted once, I think a while ago, on Tumblr, I think. A lot of people like that. It's so wild when you see, when you like hear someone say that they ship your characters. It's like, wow, I'm really out here making it. I don't even know what, I'm just doing senseless doodling, am I? Aren't I? You know, I've been meaning to draw Matthews and Cassian again as kids because I've done that a while ago and I need to update it because it's not like super. I feel like they look a little too young in that photo because they meet when they're in their teens, like young teens, but teens nonetheless. Yeah, this one's old. I believe Cassian's supposed to be 15. No, not 15, 14 when they meet. Babs. I promise I will deliver. I swear to you, Zoe. Hello, Kira. Kyra? Kira? Okay. I'm gonna attempt it for real this time. I got distracted. Okay, so Cassian is basically a baby ghost. She's kind of sad looking. It's also like this edge of something I want to get across though when he's younger. He's like sad looking, but I also want him to have like this sort of... He's got like a saddish backstory, right? But he's still like ambitious. He's still got a spark in him that pushes him to... Also his ears need to stick out just a little bit more. Oh yeah, so I wouldn't worry about it. I posted that a long time ago, so I probably even couldn't find it if I fished back a ways. I don't even remember what blog I posted that to. All I know is that it was fun. Also, when it comes to romantic interactions, it's just I guess it kind of reflects how they are as well, because the romantic aspect of their relationship isn't very, like, it's fairly new. It's like there just hasn't been time to make that development, right? So they've consciously, like, just, like, never talked about it. It's like one of those things. It's one of those slow burn things, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I got distracted again. If I don't, like, pay attention to what I'm drawing, I'm gonna make this character super buff, because I'm so used to drawing, like, buff characters. Little Cassian is just not that yet. His jaw's too sharp. Hello, how are you? Yes, they are awkward babs at the moment. Awkward in, like, they're not awkward in the sense, I guess it's awkward, but it's like they've known each other for so long, so it's like a comfortable sort of awkwardness, like, I get it kind of thing. But it's awkward in the sense, like, it's new, and, like, both of them aren't necessarily very experienced in that sort of thing. I don't think they've ever been in relationships prior to what they have, because what they do is so, like, time consuming. They just never lived, like, a very normal life, so it's like they wouldn't even know how. So I think that it's part of the reason why it's been, like, not done. Character play. Oh, of course! That's so awesome. Okay, I need to really pay attention. This is turning out a little stiff. It's hard to talk and draw at the same time, and these live streams are really helping with that. But I can tell it's still not, like... Wonder how long I'm going to stream for much more. Maybe I'll give it an hour and see how I feel. I might shut this down in an hour. I'm glad, Zoe. There are actually a couple interactions with them. I'll try to get finished just for this conversation, just because I think it's an exercise I've used to help with, like, not storyboarding, but, like, just character interaction in general. It's really cute. It's just a little, like, it's a couple it's not even like a comic. It's just like a couple panels of Matthew's trying to read something and he can't find his glasses, his reading glasses, because he has reading glasses. And, like, Cassian being, like, confused, like, what's going on? And it's like, I can't find my glasses, and it turns out they're on his head, and he does, like, this snarky thing where he just, like, it's like, hey, look at me, and then he looks at him, and then Cassian, like, brings it down onto the bridge of his nose, and Matthews is, like, gets bashful about it, like, oh, I didn't check, they were on my head this whole time. But it's also something that, like, it's like a exercise in doing it without, like, conversation. So there's, like, no words to it. It's just, like, body language and... Does anybody have an OC discussion Discord servers? I don't have one made myself, but I'm really interested in looking at people who do have them. Because I don't really have one for myself. I mean, I don't have one that I'm active in, I mean. Your brother just poured some pretzels in a bowl and poured milk. I mean, I guess. Are they like salted pretzels? Can't imagine like salty milk being good. Like salty like pretzel. Maybe if you're regular pretzels and didn't have any salt. I'd be down for a new Discord server if you ever remake one, Zoe. I'll try to be as active in it as I can. Because I think it would be easier for us to like. So, you can post stuff about your OC Kingdom in there, like as like it develops. And I'll be like, oh, cool. Because I'm not on Instagram very much. And we can just talk about our stuff. Great, I'll grab my stuff. Who else is still here? 134 people. Are you serious, y'all? Thank you for sticking around. I expected to be like maybe 70 at the most. The stream quality says bad video settings, so I'm concerned. I don't want it to. I'm concerned about like I don't want it to go offline again. I'm nervous about that. As long as no one's getting particularly bored, I don't think I'll end it very soon. I mean, I have to go into work tomorrow at 7 a.m., but I can go fairly late even then, because it's only 4 o'clock over here. Or, I'm sorry, it's 3:36, so it's almost 4, but. So yeah, I'm trying to alter his expression to be a little more determined, I suppose. Like he's tired, like you see it in his face. I think it just fits like the whole ambition kind of thing he has. I keep forgetting that I keep forgetting to make that connection between a younger Cassian and a older Cassian. Is that they feel so much like two separate people, and that's just before he goes through like his development and embracing it, who he is. But I still need to keep that core of what makes Cassian Cassian, and that's he's ultimately a good person, but he's also ambitious and wants to know the extent of his abilities, and is fairly self-serving in that regard. Oh, Mariana. I was actually going to ask what you referred to the whole thing is as. Oh my gosh, JJ, I do that all the time. The Vine. I almost want to make a compilation of characters I'd match to Vines. I don't know. Do you all have OCs? I know we talked about a couple of stuff, and this isn't an OC hoopla stream, but since the chat itself seems pretty chill, y'all should talk about your OCs. I feel selfish. Any tips for world building? Let me see. Um, I don't know if I'm the best person to ask for this. I'm very into creating characters and stuff, and I love doing like the outlines for different worlds and how, um, and different like cultures and fantasy cultures for those worlds. Um, I guess the key thing that I like to keep in mind is like how when you world build, you I mean often obviously often you'll take stuff from real life and perturb it into your fantasy world, um, but um, but keeping in mind how things affect our society and how it has in the past and like will be different from how it affects your fantasy world or whatever world it is if it's not like set in our reality. So like what are the biggest influences on society in your world, I guess, is a good thing to keep in mind. This fantasy world that they're in don't have like religion being a huge thing because the people they idolize like the gods and guardians in this world make themselves known. So it's kind of like a pan-religious kind of thing, though the people have different gods and guardians they appreciate more, that they worship a little more or work with. I guess I don't know if worship is a fairly accurate way because it's mostly like a work together kind of thing. The gods and guardians like guide them. Um, so like if you don't have like the like the dogma or if you don't have like religion being a big factor into that world, like what does, like what does the presence of something that big affect like your world, like how does it affect? So obviously gods and guardians are a big factor about this world because they work with them so much, but in the past there's a lot of hand holding, right? Humans relied so heavily on their magic, like what's going to happen if they all go away for some reason. How are humans gonna feel? How are they going to uh, rely on each other instead of looking to like these huge powerful forces, which ultimately is kind of what happens in this story, because of some there's like this something like this big thing that blocks the connection between the higher planes of existence and then like the mundane world, right? So a lot of guardians and gods are cut off from humans without much warning. So and it's like a slow process too. So it's like, are they abandoning us, or like is something bigger at play here? So there's like this sense of mystery, or like banding together to figure out what happens and relying on each other, I suppose. But yeah, I'm rambling now. Oh, that's awesome, Jamie. Thank you to anyone who's submitted their OC to my series. I really appreciate it. I love looking at everyone's characters. It's really hard to pick only two for each series. I wish I had many more arms and much more time. And design isn't like the biggest factor into a character. I think it's just like in getting chosen. I mean, I guess if a character is cool, it definitely helps. But like I think if they leave an impression on me, I suppose, even if it's not like a huge one, if they like stick in my mind the most, um, and it doesn't even have to be in like a monumental, like they could be like the most average Joe. But if I think there's something like there that kind of intrigues me, then you know. Oh my gosh, I'm sitting crisscross again, guys. Oh, my knee hurts. Oh Lord. Hello. Oh, hello, Newt confirmed. Basically what was just done was me blocking in the colors to my water mages, which is mostly finished. Doodling. Did I doodle? I doodled a couple demonstration stuff just to get me, out of the rust. We talked about a couple things, and now I'm just kind of doing a slight redraw, I suppose. Not like a big one, but if I want to do like a proper redraw of this picture, I will do so in a bigger way than just busts. Like I'll draw a full body and make it a thing. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Let me scroll back up because I feel like I missed some things while I rambled a bit. Most of my characters are undeveloped, but I actually have a few that worked out. You know what? Yeah, it's, you know, all characters have like this awkward baby stage where you're not really attached to them. But as time goes on and you think about them a lot more, and maybe you listen to songs that remind you of them, or play games or watch movies that kind of remind you of them, it definitely that attachment definitely comes like soon. I've had most of my characters for years and years. I've had Cassian and Matthias go through very awkward stages since I was quite young. So they've definitely stuck with me for a long time and had a very long time to develop. Let me show you. Look at that. Oh my god. I haven't seen this image in a while. Wowie. So this was probably when I was in like middle school. And this was mid-high school. And this was 2016. And for reference, I suppose, this is kind of what they look like now, I suppose. So even just from like 2016 or whatever, they've still grown. It's still been only 2 years, and Matthias has a bit of more like purplishness to him. I think it just kind of demonstrates like the otherworldliness of him. And his hair is a lot fluffier. It's like subtle stuff, you know? Oof. Oh, of course, no problem. I'm sorry if I miss anyone's question. It's definitely not on purpose. I've never seen this channel, but her art. Oh, thank you, Clary's art. I love getting like recognized by other art channels. And like going to see their work. I really want to get more into like the artist YouTuber community. I guess I'm just nervous. I don't know. I don't really have like a whole lot of buds. But the ones I do have are golden. I made a accident, it don't even be, so I made him a whole... Hey, yeah! Webtoons. Oh, that's awesome! I want to submit mine, but I can't figure out more final design and which one to do. You can upload as many characters, you can send in as many characters as you want. Only one will get chosen, though. Is a thing. And you can, if you sent yours a while ago and you want to update it and be like, oh wait, never mind, this is kind of what their deal, just reply to that same email with like a different reference. It's like, my rules for that for the contest aren't very strict. I have a bit of a slideshow for advice in some of the descriptions of my other videos. I think episode 2 I have a link. Excuse me, I'm so burpy today. What the heck? I need some more of my water. Episode 2 I have a link to a slideshow for advice on how to enter and like guidelines and stuff. You don't even really have to like be an artist to enter. So if you have a character and you can't draw, you can still upload like a, I don't know, like a fully good photo of your character design in like a, I know, like a video, you know, like those character creation things in video games, like Sims and Soul Calibur and Monster Hunter and stuff. I don't do written descriptions because I feel like they're a little too, they take way longer to put into actuality, but as long as I have some sort of visual to go off of, you know, you're still a valid attendee. Oof. I've started sitting on exercise ball when I animate, draw, anything at the computer. That probably helps a whole lot. I've considered that. I actually I don't know if you guys watch Spider-Verse, but Liv, Dr. Ock, has one of those at her desk, and I was watching the movie, and I thought, oh, maybe I should do that. That sounds fun. She had one of those inflatable like exercise balls as a chair for her desk in that movie. And I'm like, oh, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, oof. Look at that. Look at these awkward baby stages. You can tell I was like super into Clamp. He looks like, Kai looks exactly, Cassian looks like Phi Deflorite from Tsubasa here. He was so chill back then too, and now he's like a gremlin man. College will do that to you, kids. I'm just kidding. It definitely does look. Look at like his like it looks like his health like degenerates slowly. You look at all the bags under his eyes. He only gets 2 hours of sleep and lives off of Red Bull. That's his ninja way. Anyway, what was I doing? I was drawing. This bald elf man. Child. Oh, shoot. There's so many more questions I didn't even see. Just recently. Good Boy Central. What a bunch of good boys, yeah. He's a perfect boy. Let's see what my little boy's up to. This beautiful business child. This cream-faced business boy. You stream in your videos. Aw, I'm glad, Toy Box Melody. If anything, I'd love it if just people were able to like get inspiration just from seeing my stuff, because that's what like I've looked up to other artists in the same way, and it just kind of like it feels validating in a way. You guys are the wind beneath my wings. Oh, I use Paint Tool Sai. Yeah, thank you for answering for me. I'm sorry, I'm slow on the uptake, but I do use Paint Tool Sai. And occasionally Krita. I'm going to try out this Clip Studio Paint, though, because though it's a lot more complicated than Sai, there's a lot more facets to it, it looks like it could be very useful in ways that Sai is kind of more limited. I do recommend Sai if you're new to digital art, though. Because it's short and sweet, and it gets to the point. And it's the only art studio, it's the only, one of the only art programs that doesn't have me go through its settings to be able to get pen pressure for some reason. Like in Photoshop and a couple others, I have to like mess with the thing on my tablet for pen pressure to start working immediately. I bet, yeah. Clip Studio Paint feels very smooth, and it feels like it's very helpful. And it doesn't. I don't feel as lost like playing with it as I do with Photoshop. So I think my first art program was aside from Microsoft Paint, which I don't know. I was pretty solid on Microsoft Paint. You know, I was 11. I was really out here at 11 years old with a mouse, no tablet, making my Sonic the Hedgehog fan art and my Sonic OCs and Microsoft Paint, and they were pretty solid. I don't know if I have any evidence of it anywhere, because I think I deactivated my DeviantArt account, and that was like the worst mistake ever, because now I can't go back and see all like the cringy comments I made when I was in my prime weeb stage. But we all make mistakes. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, Cassie and Sarah, that's right. Oh. So, Cassian's hair. I want it to be long. And I want it to be kind of choppy. But I want it to have some wave to it. It's long, but it's got a bit of wave to it. Because I think his hair was just supposed to be kind of straight. But I aside from Kai, I have difficulty drawing like straight hair. And even Kai even has like a slight like curl to it, like at the very end. I don't think Cassian's hair is especially like smooth or anything. I think it's kind of like, I feel like his hair would be textured kind of in a way that like the ocean kind of textures hair, you know, when you're by the beach. It's not like coarse, right? But it's kind of, it's got like this feel to it. I think it's like thick, but it's not like especially like manageable, easily manageable. I'm really out here having like hair texture headcanons for my own characters. Oh really? Oh my gosh, I wish that I had sketchbooks that far back. I have some like doodles from my oh, gotta stretch my back. Jeez, sit up straight. From notebooks when I was in elementary school. But that's as far back as I got. I literally just continued with art because someone said I was pretty good at it. And I don't even know if that was a genuine like, oh, you're good at art, or if it was like a, hey, I'm gonna make this kid happy by saying they're good at art, even though it's like kind of shit, kind of garbage. I'm out here breaking my own rules again. Sorry for the swear. But yeah, you know what? If a kid makes you like some art, or if it, like they draw something, like tell them it's good, because you never know, they might pursue a thing in art. They absorb that stuff, you know? I know, get the hose and spray it at myself. Joke's on me. Okay, this is pretty stiff, like a drawing, but I guess I kind of want it to be that way. Just because I know what he looks like. It's actually turning out pretty okay. I think I kind of like what's going on, but... Oh, I forgot to flip it. Oh my god, I flipped it. Oh my god, I flipped it. I'm gonna bring the nose down a little bit. Yeah, that helps. It's not so bad. I really like the art bits video I did with Brigitte and Rathma, but I keep rewatching that video and seeing like the pose I started with for that, and I really wish part of me wishes I kept it, but part of me knew I would be like, it wouldn't come off as well because I didn't know what that character looked like before this drawing. So I'm gonna have to take some time and to do some really cool archer poses with her. So I keep rewatching that video, I'm like, oh girl, you should have went with a more dynamic, cool action pose. You could have winged it. But it needed to be done. You ever like draw hair on top of like the expression and like, oh, now I have to erase it because of hair. Sometimes you don't have to and just keep like the eye underneath, but I think it reads like the messy hair in the face kind of. This boy doesn't cut his hair. It's only when Melody like, it's like, okay, if you want me to give you some cool magic advice and tutor you a bit, you're gonna have to look good, okay? You're gonna have to comb your hair, get a proper number of hours of sleep, and walk cool like me. I need to like do a thing for the whole mentorship friendship they had when they were younger. I mean, they still have it, but I think I wrote a thing for it too. I think I did like a mini bit of fan fiction of how like they became to be friends. And it was just basically Cassian recognizing that he needs to learn control with his magic, and sometimes classes just weren't enough. Like he wanted to like go beyond like be an overachiever, right? It's like if I'm gonna get anywhere, I need like actual like help from my peers. So he asks Melody, totally like thinking he's gonna get rejected, and be like, no. She's like, sure, I'll tutor you, but in return, you have to do whatever I say. Because I think Melody like recognized that Cassian was very powerful, despite the fact that he had very like little control. And they're both very self-serving. They're both like just two Slytherin buddies, I think. And they both want something out of it. It's like, I want to be friends with this very powerful young magician, and if I help him, then he's going to, you know, help me back. And like, I want to get powerful, so I'm going to get help from this also very powerful mage who knows about control. So it's kind of like a two-way thing. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Sprite cranberry. I just read that without context, but now you know what? That tastes delicious. That's a good one. Do everything out of Sprite. Oh, there's this Sprite cranberry and Spite. Draw out a spite, kids. If anything, you know, if someone tells you can't make it in this field, be like, hey, know what? That's garbage. I'm gonna chuck that in the trash. I'm gonna get, you know, super good at art and ruin your career. Then what? Spite can be powerful. It's okay if you come late. You came late. I mean, I'm still here doing my thing. We're still chatting. Let me go up and answer some stuff. Have I ever drawn on an iPad? I have not, but I want to get one because a lot of people I know have drawn on one and very much enjoy it. We all have a Sonic OC face, am I right? Yeah. We out here. I had that OC for like years, for like at least 3 years, and she would be all I talked about or like thought about to myself. She was a Mary Sue, and I loved her to bits. Mary Sues are fun. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, when it's like in a story, it's kind of like right? Because you want like a well-rounded character. But when it's like for yourself, like a personal thing, yeah, you make that rainbow-hued, everyone likes you, smells good no matter what, hero of the world character. It's self-care. Get the spray bottle. Get the hose. Is it really fan fiction if it's your own content? I guess not. I guess it's just content, like canon, right? It feels like it, because I'm holed up in a corner with Google Docs open, being like, heh heh heh. I'm mad at myself because I've written alternate universes for my OC worlds without having like the established thing written like for the actual canon. I'm a sham. Disney Create? What is that? That sounds relative to my interests. Oh, My Little Pony. You know, I never had a My Little Pony phase, but I like My Little Pony. So I guess I'm still in it. I have the art book for the movie. I love the movie. Oh my gosh, Zoe, you're so valid. I respect you. Out of love for OC's fandom or learning through anatomy through my gritted teeth. You know what? You know what? Sometimes that's the way you learn. And it's a super valid way to learn too. I mean, if you're learning while having fun, sometimes like learning through your original characters or fandom interests is a valid way to do it. Otherwise, if you're not having fun, then what's the point, right? I have so many things open. All right, get rid of you. No, go on, get out of here. I think we've all seen what we need to see with this, right? We've seen my my Microsoft Paint drawings of Matthews and Cassian, right? We're good on that front. You've seen. We're good. Okay. Yeah. Let's get these out of here. Yep. These can be here. This is a blank canvas. This is what I'm doing right now. And I think I'm just gonna click off of Harper. Finish her later. I made it up. That's funny. I actually did a thing on Twitter where I put my OCs as Yankee Candles. I think I actually have the image. It's like I should be writing proper bios for my characters, but I'm out here pairing them up with Yankee Candles. Yeah, check this out. I spent like 2 hours on this. My mom's laughing again. I hope it's not at me. I hope she's not watching the stream and being like, haha. Actually, I own the one, like Mountain Lodge. I found it at my store. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what Matthews smells like, probably. Pineapple Paradise. Pure Bean Paradise. Mountain Lodge is actually fairly solid. Do I have it next to me? I don't have it next to me. But it's like sage and like cedar wood or something. It's like, yeah, sure. Matthews lives in the mountains. He'd smell like that, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what black magic smells like. I'm almost concerned. Okay, that's enough. We're good. Your OC would be bacon. I think there actually is a bacon Yankee Candle. Like a baking smelling. Like I think they have like weird stuff. Like movie theater popcorn or something. Like it was one of them. I think like one of them was like a child's wish. Like what does a child's wish smell like? Tell me. Oh my gosh, please. If you guys want to do that too, honestly, go for it. Bacon candle. Pure Bean Paradise. Yankee Candle fandom rise up. Absolutely. Okay, now I gotta draw a little Matthews. I can't decide if little Matthews would be taller or shorter than Cassian. Maybe if they're the same height for a little while. Because Matthew sprouts up like a beanpole. Not like a beanpole. He's like stockier in build, but like he like sprouts. Like the guy at his current age is like 6'5". He's taller than everyone in his family. Everyone in his family too is also like decently like averagely short. I think the tallest like Torrens maybe like 5'7" or 5'8", and Matthews is like 6'5", so he towers over his entire family. And that's for reasons. Yeah, the art store I occasionally like go to. It has like bacon flavored gum. And I almost want to buy it sometimes. Like I'll try anything once. I know they're so tall. Like all my characters are so tall except for Simos. And I think it's almost like a little visual gag, I think. If there's like this short main protagonist and everyone, it's like, help, I'm surrounded by like, these tall, attractive people. Where is that? Silhouettes. No, I don't have it here. Grr. Where did I put it? It should be under S, shouldn't it? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, look how small. She's 5 foot. You may, Time Tracer. Oh, cute. Yeah, absolutely. You bet your biscuit she does. Your headphones are dying? Is it just because I'm too quiet? I've been leaning away from the microphone, I'm sorry. My mic is, I guess, is having an issue. Everyone said I was quiet this stream. I will try to look into it. You hope they sit on the counter? I don't know who you're referring to, but I can confirm for you that everyone sits on the counter at least some point. I think Samos and Cassian especially. Oh, cool. 4'11" and tallest is 6'7". I think my tallest original character in this universe is 8 foot. That's because he's like half giant. I need to draw more Takorak. He's such a cutie. I like how smiley Matthews is in the old picture, but I feel like since Matthews has always been like a stoic kind of character, and when he gets older, his eyes just kind of like naturally hood over. That's why he always looks like that. I think he gets it from his mom. That's just kind of his face. And I have to think he'd be like that when he's younger as well. That he's he's very inwardly emotional, but it just doesn't show up on his face like it does with Cassian. Which is also a good parallel. But Cassian is very much an open book, while Matthias keeps like a lot of his emotions. Like people don't read him as well, despite the fact that he's fairly emotional. He expresses emotion in quieter ways. Make his nose a little bigger. I keep forgetting who I'm drawing. Oh, they're not looking in the same direction. Which one? I forgot to flip the canvas again. Darn it. I think his eyes are a little raised, a little too high. But what about... It's not Matthias, is it? Did I fix it? I often need a third person's assessment, so don't even worry about it. Because then I notice this stuff way later than I should. Bye! Have a good time. Do I plan on making stickers? I would love to make stickers. I have a TeePublic shop. I believe I have it in the description. I don't have a lot on there yet though, but I believe you can get stuff in stickers that way. I'd like to make something like specifically for sticker design though. Maybe even sell it myself, just because I don't know like I don't own any of the stickers from TeePublic, so I don't know about the quality. They could be good, I just don't know. I know the stickers from Redbubble are pretty okay. I'm sure you know what, Water Witch? I'm sure that's happened before. I'm sure she's taken his hand, like Takarok's hand, the 8-foot guy, placed it on her face and be like, this guy's hand as big as my face is as big as my face, and I'm very excited about it. I'm curious. I'm actually kind of lost when it comes to this myself, but like, Matthias is actually, he's fairly like chiseled, right? He's got a very strong features, so I wonder how that translates to when they're younger and their faces aren't like as... He probably still has a bit of like, maybe a little bit more baby fat before that sheds off. That's probably how it works, right? Because I don't think the... Let me see. He's also fairly stocky. Like, he's muscular, but it's not like in a very like super chiseled way, if that makes sense. He still has like, you don't see a whole lot of muscle definitions. So he's like super buff, right? But there's not like a whole lot of definition between the muscle, I suppose. There's still like a layer of fat over a lot of it. I guess, I don't know. Is it? I wonder how you would describe that body type. You know, like Maui's body type in Moana? Like, you don't see abs on him, but like he's still like super strong, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that, I suppose. Do I have a drawing tablet? Yes. Hi, Alicia. I have the Wacom Sketch. It's tiny, but it does its work. I think it's called a Wacom Sketch. Let me look it up. See if it's the one I'm using. It says bad video settings again. I hope it's working. Oh, and then again, hello to the 128 people watching, apparently. I hope you're doing well, even if you're not interacting with chat. I hope you're having a wonderful night. I hope my content is entertaining enough. Wacom sketch. Huh. Doesn't look like what that is. Oh wait, yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's an Intuo straw. Wacom. Not sketch. There's a Wintuo straw and an Intuo straw and an Intuo's art, I think. I think Loish did the covers for both of those, by the way. The box art for that. I don't see it right now, but that's what it was in the shop when in the Staples I bought it from. It's an Intuo's draw. And it ran about like $50, I think. It was fairly cheap as far as like tablets go. Especially Wacom. Who's a wooing? Who is a wooing in my my Christian Minecraft server? It's 12:19? Oh my gosh. You should go to sleep. Or not. I can't tell you what to do. No, you guys can woo to your heart's content. I can't say no in a wholesome woo session. What word am I trying to say? Session. Is it 4? Oh, it's 4:20, my dudes. Oh, it just went 4:21. Darn it, missed it. Well, we'll get him next time, boys. What time is it where I live? It's 4:20. 4:21, I guess. I live in California, so I'm way west side. Blaze it. Yep. Can't wait for my next Minecraft Let's Play. Don't tempt me. I'll delete every video off my channel. Make it a Minecraft Let's Play channel. You have to watch me fumble around the Minecraft worlds. I've actually never played Minecraft in my life. I've never owned it. But it's relaxing though. I feel like it's a fairly therapeutic game. You'd still watch. You guys are the real ones. This doesn't look like a 13-year-old, guys. He still looks too chiseled. Matthews is the buffest 13-year-old I've ever seen. I'm gonna round out. Yeah, this kind of works, right? Oh, you live in Poland. Very cool. What games do I play? I'm fairly eclectic in my game department, I suppose. I play a lot of like Nintendo, right? A lot of like stuff people consider like casual gaming, like Sims and whatever. I like a lot of relaxing games, I guess. Play a lot of Kingdom Hearts, play a lot of Legend of Zelda. I like stuff I like open world kind of expansive like world kind of stuff. I think they're really those kinds of stuff are really interesting. Are you 13? Oh. Hello, Time Tracer. Yeah, true. I think that's what it is. I think Matthew's forehead needs to be. Yeah. Now that I flip the canvas, I definitely see it. I just need to bring it down a little bit, I think. Like, bring some of the proportion stuff down. That almost helps. Especially keeping his eye in line with the ear. I keep forgetting that. It's my bane. It also doesn't help, like, his nose is large and, like, he's got, like, large eyebrows, so. But I think this helps just a little bit. I just gotta give his face a bit more chub. You're not a buff young man yet, Matthias. Hold your gosh darn horses. This boy's probably gonna go through so many growing pains. That feel one of two gods blessed you and now you're this demigod-like human who's really tall and's got super strength and broke your bone in your brother's hand because you're too strong. Youngins are difficult. Yeah. Oh, I didn't draw scars on this. I'm such a coward. What does this scar look like? Yes, there we go. Okay, so like he's got like his lightning thing. You know it's a sign of maybe this character decision wasn't so great when you've had like this scar idea for a couple years now. You still can't remember the exact pattern of the scars. Something like this. If I remember properly, it's like this. And it goes like this, and it goes like that, and it goes like this. I'm just gonna blame it on the gods who blessed him. They deserve it anyways. Oh wait, he wouldn't have the mouth scar. He doesn't get that yet. Where can I find? Oh, I have a drawing of them I did a long time ago, but I need to update them again because it's been a while since I've drawn them. Their designs are fairly similar, I think. I don't think design-wise they've changed a whole lot. Oh my gosh, this is like a tiny. Let me get a real picture out of them. Good lord, where their names are Valric and Tondra, and they're sibling gods of like wolves and thunder and like a good deal of things, like a bunch of stuff. And they blessed his family. Well, they blessed Matthews because they got like they favor his family. So they're like, oh, watch, we're gonna do them a huge favor by making them their son super cool. And it's mostly just because they had a thing for his grandma. And they were like, please marry us. And she was like, no, I found like this very nice doctor. I'm going to settle down with them, not you two losers. Matthews' grandma was really cool. I really need to draw her out. So yeah, that's where Matthews gets his scars from. He gets them from Valric. And a lot of his senses, like his sense of like hearing and smell and like sight, he gets from Tondra. He almost kind of looks like them, which I guess is kind of like intentional. He looks mostly like his parents, but like having a small bit of like resemblance to like these two gods is really important, just because it's important to know that he's been blessed in this way. That's why he has super strength. That's why he's got a keen sense of smell and sight and hearing. I guess more hearing and smell, because it's like a wolf thing, I guess. Yeah, his grandma's buff. She was like this really cool like warrior lady, right? Who married a medic. And Valor and Tondra were like super into her. They're like, oh my gosh, Madam, you're beautiful. Please marry us. And she's like, no. And they, you know what? They continue to watch over her and her family anyways. They're like, okay, fine. It was also during the period where like the kind of like gods started losing their ability to communicate with like the mundane world. So it was kind of like, hey, we're still here watching over you. We're just gonna let you know by giving your son like cool super stuff like we do, making him look like a little bit like us, giving him our scars and stuff. And his parents, like especially like his dad Julius, was like, we did not ask for this. You leave my wife alone, you bastards. And his mom was like, dear, it's fine, like it's cool. Neither of us asked for this, but you know what? He's alright. They didn't do like anything to his mom or anything. They just sort of like, oh wait, she's like pregnant, right? Let's rain down our godly influence on this baby that's about to come. Oh. Which most of you would enjoy, likely to eat salty pretzels like cereal. Gosh. I have to go deep into my cerebral cortex and like ponder this for many hours. Because I don't think Cassian has like a sense of taste. I feel like Cassian has several times mistaken sugar for salt and just like kept eating anyways and like didn't even notice. So maybe. Also, I feel like Amelia is the type to not like when it comes to food, she like won't knock anything until she's tried it. So I feel like she'd eat it at least. I don't know if she'd like it. I feel like if you told Samos it was good, she'd eat it, but then she'd be immediately like, "You lied to me. How could you do this to me?" You sit on the throne of lies. But I don't know. Maybe pretzels and milk could be good. I don't know. Who am I to judge? I loved Matthew's parents are so great. Like Julius is awesome. His dad and his mom. His mom is actually like deceased, Iris, but because she got sick while having Minara, Matthew's sister. But his mom was like super cool. Like she was really in touch with like the supernatural and stuff. Um, while Julius himself was kind of like it made him nervous, like the fact that his like all like these this supernatural forces like gods and you know like spirits were so connected with his family. He just wanted them to be safe, and he didn't truly understand it. Um, and Iris was just kind of like an anchor to the family. Like she like she was really good for like Julius, and like she made a very good mother, and she was really a strong lady. So when like she passed, it was kind of like it was difficult for him because Julius has like all these sons and his new daughter, and he doesn't know quite how to get along without. I feel like just because Iris is so like uh in touch with the supernatural, maybe she still like watches over her family, like they can still feel her spirit around and stuff. I think the sickness she had while she was having her daughter is like it was like a kind of a choice thing. Like we can save you, but you have to like give up the child. Like we don't have enough. You like we can save you, but the child will die, kind of thing. And she's like, no, I'm having this baby. Thank you, save my child, or else. What am I gonna draw next? I don't know. Yeah, feels. I think she was the type to be very protective over her children. Like, I don't think being a mother and a wife was all that was to her. I definitely don't think that. I think she's a very like strong healer, and it was in connecting with like the supernatural was like her thing, and she was looked down as very powerful because of it. But I think family has always just been, and being a protector to her family was, and over her house was just kind of thing. She was kind of like the most grounded of all of them, so it was like, you know. Let him bark. What YouTubers do I watch? I watch a lot of YouTubers. I don't know if I have a specific one that I watch. Like, I have a favorite. I mean, I definitely listen to Zoe and Jenna's video. Anyway, sorry for rambling. I've rambled a lot. Let me see what you guys have been saying. Aside from, yeah, I'm sorry, I just dished out these feels. I don't like doing the whole like dead mom thing all the time. That's why I only really have one character that has it. I feel like it's done to death. So I don't like the whole dead parent thing. Is just it's been done a lot, so I don't like. Also, it makes me sad, so I don't want to keep doing it. But that one hits me particularly hard just because I really like the character. While we got to know Iris, I really like her. How long has it been since the stream started? I started at 12:30, so it's been quite a few hours, I think. I think this is probably one of the longer streams I've had. But only because, like, no one seems to be, like... Alright, Canary, end the stream. I still got 128 people watching, so... and I'm still good to go until... I think his hair is maybe a little longer. I started like rambling and mindlessly started drawing while I was rambling, so I didn't realize what I was drawing. But I'm glad the hair seems to be going okay. Didn't even realize. Again, I think his jaw is just a little too strong. Let me see if I can fix that by just like erasing like the definition altogether. Like that helps a bit, yeah. Like this shadow's not so strong, otherwise it's gonna seem like he's got like this really... Again, mindlessly drawing. Saw the video comment early, but I uploaded this video. Oh, I haven't watched that yet. I just actually got the... I would just recently check my subscriptions and I saw that. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch that later. Then I started streaming, so I will definitely... check that out, Zoe, because I remember that stream very well. Does Cassian have a shadow gremlin family? Cassian does not have a family. Cassian is orphaned, but he does not have dead parents. So I know that sounds strange, but he does not have dead parents. He is orphaned, but he does not have dead parents. Cassian never had parents. Let's put it that way. He never had parents, actually, ever. But he has someone looking after him. Oh, thank you, Alicia. Aww. He said, "Dead parents trope was done for the few since we base." Yeah, that's true. That's what I was thinking about that when I was developing Kai, because I still don't know if Kai has parents. I think he might, but they just don't show up in the story because he's away from them. Because Kai had, like, ventured west to become, like, a scholar in a very specific field. that required him to go to this specific place where a lot of like ancient artifacts were. So he might have parents, but they just don't show up. That makes sense though, like to allow character freedom, like you don't want like too much holding them back. You can always like pull a Kingdom Hearts and be like, this main character has a mom and a dad, but we never see them ever. Only in passing. Conversation. Gotta go. Okay, bye. Thank you for being here and interacting. Appreciate that. And the way I said grass. I wasn't mocking you. I just think it's interesting. Grass is. How do you say grass, Zoe? Is it grass or you do grass? I forget if it's you or Jenna who says it that way. Or do you both say it like that? Yeah, me too. I love that. I love Izuku and his mom. She's the sweetest. I love Izuku's mom. What's her name? Ino? No, Ina? It was something short, right? Anyway, she's a sweet character. Inko, yeah, that's right. Grars. Just grars. Grass, okay. Grar. That's funny, Zoe. Do you have any siblings? I do have. I have 2 younger brothers. I'll adopt if need be. He's got an adoptive. Cassian has an adoptive like figure, but I wouldn't say he's like a father figure. Alistair, which is the person who adopted Cassian, found Cassian, and I think he was fairly young when he adopted. I want to say he was like just barely an adult when he adopted Cassian, but he saw like a kid needed a place to stay and no one was really willing to take him. No, I like KDA too. I'm not into League, but that video is really cool. The cinematography in that video is gorgeous. The colors, oh my gosh, I could gush about the colors in that KDA music video forever. Hello! Will you upload this live stream? I believe so. I think it automatically uploads. This one will stay up for a little bit. I might unlist all my other live streams except for OC Hoopla and put them in a playlist. As someone recommended that, I was going to make them all private just because I wanted to clean up the channel a bit. But this one's going to be on like the main channel for a little while, even though it's like really long. Hello, garbage. I'm also garbage. How's everyone doing? I'm fairly all right. I'm doing all right. I'm kind of just like drawing, you know, whatever. I think it's the chin. Matthew has like a strong chin, right? But maybe I should like really strong. Like, yeah, that's better. Just a little hint. I think I'm gonna give him a little dimple on his chin too. That'd be cute. Yeah. I'm glad. Oh yeah? That's pretty cool. You have three siblings. Oh, 2 older siblings and One younger brother. Wow. Matthews has a lot of siblings. I only have 2 siblings, but my characters either have no siblings or they have a lot of them. I used to watch Sherlock when it first came out. Supernatural's been going on for a very long time, hasn't it? Younger siblings are a pain. Yeah, they can be. I have a fairly decent relationship with my siblings. My brother is my the middle child. He's my best friend. And I love my brothers. They're a pain, but you know, they're siblings. Yeah, that's a lot of seasons. That one guy, what's his name? Jensen Ackles? Something like that. His voice is a lot deeper than I thought it was. Because he used to just exist in GIFs I would see on Tumblr, right? So I never really watched any clips of the show. So I saw him often. But when I actually heard it was like a gag reel, I think, and I listened to his voice, I'm like, wow, that guy's voice is deep. Yes, art block. I think art block is easier to get through when you just accept it. Like, okay, I'm going through something, right? I'm just going through a period where my sight for my art is getting more enhanced than the art itself. So I'm just gonna power through it. If I doodle something and it's bad, it's bad. So as long as I'm drawing something, or if it frustrates you to the point where you don't want to draw, then just don't draw. I'm trading a lot of expressiveness out for these newer ones, but I think it fits their characters the most. And something tickles me about these two not being the most expressive with their feelings at first. I can't really read what this other guy's thinking and his motives or at all. So it's this weird kind of trust thing, and it's oh wait, no, he's okay. Just this weird point of anyways. Hello. Benedict Cumberbatch, yeah. Yeah, blame it on art block. Artists are never constantly on, unless they I don't know every artist, but you always have ebb and flow, right? There's always going to be a really good point of art period, and there's also going to be a point of bad art, and it's something that's always going to be there. So just don't fight against the current so much, right? If it's bad, it's bad. It's fine. I think once you accept that, getting through it is a lot easier. Because sometimes, you'll have, this bad streak, and then you get, a good picture out, and it's wow, where did that come from? Just go with the flow. It's kind of hard when it's, you have to get, art done, it's on a deadline or something. Okay, so Matthews is sort of 13-ish, going on 14. I think Castian's about to turn 15 here. It's hard to calculate ages because currently Matthews is 23, right? I know he looks a lot older than he is, but that's part of the thing with his appearance. Cassian's 25, so that's like a, what is the difference between that? And if Cassian's birthday is at the end of December and Matthews is at the end of August, is that, what is that? Is that a year and 6 months? 8 months apart? I'm so bad at calculating ages. Oh yeah, when you don't remember to stretch. I have my legs crisscross again, guys. I have it crisscross again. I need to get like a stool for my foot, so, because my feet, like when I sit back all the way, my feet don't touch the ground. So I need something to like, I don't like it when they're hanging just like freely like that. I need to rest them against something. Remember to stretch your wrists properly too, because they both can hurt not just your drawing hand, but like your other hand, especially if you use like shortcuts on your keyboard. It's still up and sometimes it's not bent at the proper angle. So make sure you either, you just take care of it. I also recommend getting a brace if you feel like any sort of pain, because you don't want to get like a bad injury. My poor art teacher had to have surgery on both of her wrists for that. And she wasn't able to like draw or do art for a while. I remember listening to a podcast, Artcast or something, and like Loish was on, and I remember her talking about an injury she had to her wrist, and she took no breaks in between like a certain piece she was doing, and she ended up injuring her wrist. So that's like a big fear I have. Just take care of yourself, man. Drink water. Keep your back straight. Put your feet flat on the ground if you can. Stretch your wrists. Take breaks. Oh yeah, for sure. I'll do more live streams more often. I was hoping to do more at the end of the year last year, but there were some things I had to take care of and like holiday busyness. So I'll try to do more often. Do more often. Oh, I'm glad. That's so nice. One day I'll be able to like have a proper story to show them all off. And I think I want, for this story, I think I want to do like an illustrated novel. So like half like pictures and half writing. I would love to do a comic for this one, but I'm currently not at like the skill level to do what I want to do in a comic form. The scale of like the story is like really big, right? It's big. There's like big worlds and big, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dogs, please be quiet. Yeah. Any tips on drawing hair? Hands. Hair hands. Hairy hands. I'm so sorry. Let me see, because I'm currently like trying to get a feel for them myself. Any anatomy tips I would preface with learning how to do simple shapes for something. So like here's like a palm, right? And sometimes it's just as simple as that. And oh wait, I have like this good one saved, I think. Let me see if I can find it. This good anatomy for hands. I forget. It was by this artist I really admire. See if I can find that photo. So they have a very flowy art style, right? And I'm really like taking a lot of tips off it. So let me see if I can. They like gesture for hands is also very important. Look how like flowy and pretty that is. I don't know if you guys can see it from here, but it looks so nice. I like what they do with the palm. Like they make it like this. They make it like the structure, right? But it's still got like a fleshiness to it, right? It's like there's no like straight lines. because it's like still like palmish, right? And you can really just rotate that in any direction and do like these little palm beans. When it comes to, I feel like fingers are like the hardest sometimes, especially when it's in perspective. But like, just imagine them as like little sausages. And I think you don't have to know like an extensive extensively the anatomy of the hand. Like you don't have to know every bone in the hand, but it's good if you like are able to study like where it connects, where they all connect. So at least you can make yourself like a little guide. And like short form it, I suppose. Like do shortcuts. Like make yourself some shortcuts for like anatomy so your brain doesn't like feel overwhelmed. And remember that finger's curve, because like when you're making a fist or something, it's like very random. It's not like your fingers aren't going to go straight down like that, right? They're going to curve into the palm a bit because of the way they're stuff like that. It's some of the more difficult things for hands with me. It's like it's like keeping them not stiff. Like remembering like they're made of, let's say, flesh and bone, right? So they're not going to be like these cardboard cylinders. They're going to squish and they're going to have fat to them and whatnot. I'm sorry I'm not very good at giving advice. I'm not very articulate when it comes to expressing my ideals out loud. If I could write it down, then I'd probably be a little more helpful, but oh yeah, neat. Sometimes I'm slowly like not. I still use guidelines sometimes for like eyes, but that's mostly, I don't even usually go by them sometimes. Like I'll put a guideline right, and I'll put the eye like way up here. It's mostly just like just there for propriety's sake. Posterity. Propriety or posterity? Thank you. How long am I going to keep the stream? Keeping it live? I don't know. I'm not itching to close it quite yet. Maybe let's see, maybe an hour, maybe at 5 o'clock my time. It's 4:57 right now. How many people are watching? Maybe that'll... Oh, 122. Never mind. So it's not like a lot of people are leaving. I don't know. Just go play it by ear. How do you normally find the right OC for your personality? Is that personality for your OC, or it's OC for your personality? I mean, I think either way, it's meant, I guess writing, like, it's kind of like writing about what you know and writing about what you're interested in. I think just also keeping in mind that if your original character is a human being and you kind of like want to keep them like a realistic, kind of relatable kind of thing, just remember how human beings are complex, I suppose. So you're allowed to have like two contradicting things, right? So like Cassian is kind of like a show off, I guess. He's very theatrical in his movements and in his gestures and how he talks, but he's also a very shy person. Like it's not like, it's kind of like a front, but it's also genuine. It's kind of hard to explain. He's easy to curl in on himself and be bashful, but he's also like very outgoing and ambitious, right? And sometimes that's just what human beings are. It's just like he's just an ambitious introvert. So there's that. So like, you know, Um, I guess it just also helps like creating more than like a one-dimensional character, I suppose. I guess it just depends on what you're going for. But personality, I don't know. You can always try like giving a specific character things that you're interested in, or like, or things you're knowledgeable about. Like, so maybe you're like really good at building or maybe you're really good at like I don't know, good at building model airplanes or something, and you know like a lot about airplanes. So maybe you can have your original character have a similar interest in like vehicle design or something. Maybe they're like a mechanic or something. If it's like along the same vein or something. And not only will it be easy to like make stuff for that character because you know what it's about, it also comes off as you're knowledgeable about what this character's into. Hi, Sammy! How are you? Maybe one day I'll get 420 viewers. It's 2 a.m. your time? Wowie. I just notice how small they are compared to the rest of the canvas. I work pretty large. This is like 100%, so I'm thinking about 3,000 by 3,000. I forgot his freckles. What the heck? Freckly boy. I did say that almost an hour ago, didn't I? Are you referring to it? I said I'll end the stream like an hour ago. I say said things sometimes, but you know, I don't really have anything I need to do after this. I still just need to work on the script for Kai's video, but that's almost finished anyway. And I don't have to get up for work until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, so it's only 5 p.m. Latest you've gone to bed at 7 a.m. Wow, I think the latest I've ever gone to bed was like 4 a.m. That was because I was watching baseball anime in high school. I was up very late watching baseball anime on my mom's laptop. Jaden Animations. It sounds familiar. I don't actively know of a Jaden Animations, but it sounds familiar at least. Oh, that's a good idea, Sammy. That kind of stuff is really cool when you know like really useful stuff that pertains to world building and such. Oh my gosh. Ah. It's really weird thinking about like drawing older characters younger and thinking about characters younger than them being even smaller. This is Matthews and Cassian as teens, like young teens, and Samos is probably a baby. Well, she's 15, right? So yeah. Matthews is about like 8 years older than her. And like the Parks and Rec thing where it's like, when she was this age, I was much older than her. I would have been hanging out with a baby. My God, I could have killed her. You're not even in high school yet. You just gotta know it's not as cool as in the movies. I was cheated and lied to. You're going to Disney World in March? Oh, I've never been to Disney World. Wish I could go. I live nowhere Florida though. Are you 10? Well, happy 10 to you. You're back! Yes! Hello. How long is the stream going to go for? I don't know. I don't know, Scoob. Don't know about that one. Oh, the bread? Oh. Oh, I see. Going to... Oh, cool. You're going to Disneyland in March. There's like a strong... I think there's a pretty big difference between Disneyland and Disney World. I think Disney World is a little more, it's a little more, I guess, advanced. There's a lot more to it, I think. Disneyland is very classic, though. It's very charming. It's classic. And it just kind of, like, makes me happy. It smells very nice there most of the time. As long as you're not walking through, like, a bathroom area, like the sewage area. There's always, like sweet treats and stuff. Just a very pleasant place to be. As long as it's not like super crowded like in the summer. Oh, I feel my screen going nightlight. Get out of here. It's not even 6 o'clock. Nightlight. Nightlight. Get out of here. I appreciate it. It helps my eyes, but I'm not done drawing yet. Turn off. There we go. Would help me develop my style. I guess mostly time, right? I've been drawing for a long time, so I've had a lot of time to develop it, like subconsciously. But I think like taking the time to like figure out what your main inspirations are and what exactly you want to capture in that inspiration helps. So like creating an influence map. I'm gonna take off my brace. Hold on. If you hear Velcro, that's me taking off my brace. Oh, hello. You still going? Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for the food. Oh, thank you for the water. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. My mom brought me dinner. Isn't that nice? Oof, my neck. So creating an I'm creating an influence map. Or I have made one. I'm going to create a new one just because it's been a while. So creating an influence map, like of just like listing things that inspire you and what you kind of want to incorporate into your own style. And over time, like it kind of just becomes your own thing, right? I always was scared that like I would be copying too much from one particular artist, but it's nice to hear like some people like being like, oh, I recognized your style. I knew this was from you. So that's very validating. Oh, Oh, you just joined this meeting? Okay, their job, they're monster hunters mostly. Actually, in the current like story canon though, like this does follow a narrative, but like most of the time, like their entire young lives have been leading up to training to be a monster hunters for a specific type of monster. Um, and they're very good at what they do. But in the story, currently they have been called by um, uh, called to be like the like the I guess bodyguards, I guess, or protectors for like the Phoenix, which is Samos's character. Um, because of, you know, like first up because of unknown reasons, but it's later revealed that they very much believed that the Phoenix was in danger, so they wanted to get like the best kind of fighters there. I mean, even then, people were like, Matthews and Caston are like one of the best monster hunters. I don't know why they go that far to get 2 bodyguards for the Phoenix when the Phoenix was like in the castle all the time and not really in any danger. So that's kind of like their connection with Samos and how they kind of are entered into the story. But most of the time, like, well, they're just like monster hunters, and they're very good at it. If you hear me munching, it's because I'm eating dinner. Apologies. I just noticed that I have been going hours without eating, so my mom brought me up some food. Oh yes, absolutely, all the time. I need reference. I keep folders on my computer for reference, which I find very helpful. And sometimes I'll use it for a specific project or art piece, but I'll also like take the time or take a day to just try to like reference and copy down what I see in my sketchbook. Just retain some muscle memory and stuff and get used to drawing full bodies without like more often. I say full bodies, but anything really. I think full bodies are the thing I like. I struggle with the most because it's like it's both being anatomically correct and also keeping it interesting and like dynamic and not stiff is what's difficult for me. Oh, don't feel pressured with like age and stuff. You can make friends. I mean, if you want to. If you're young and it's kind of weird, it's totally understandable. I'm 22. Like I'm a big adult lady, I guess. A fresh adult. But I don't mind like young people coming here and like hanging. It's all chill. I apologize if I accidentally say a swear. For your baby ears. I don't know, probably kids probably swear a lot more often these days. I know, I'm old. I'm an old lady. Are you gonna be 16 this year? Oh, that's cool. This is a solid age. 16 is like the prime age to go on cool adventures. So like when you become 16, keep a lookout for like cool magical swords or something. I've noticed like 13 and 16 are usually like the prime ages to go on cool adventures, so you can, you know. I never got my really cool adventure, so maybe I'm still waiting. I know we're all old people. Don't worry. We're not cool adults, but we'll protect you. Because one day you'll need to protect us. I know, isn't like becoming an adult like weird? Because like there's no like magical like I'm an adult now. Now I feel like I'm capable of things. It feels no different. When I turned 18, I'm like, I feel no different than I felt when I was 14. Oh yeah, cool. Harry Potter Studio Tour and the Legoland. Awesome. I'm going to be going to Universal, the Wizarding World at Universal in California this month, I think, for someone's birthday. I've never been. So, this should be fun. Hello. I'm gonna make a new thing apologizing for the crunching because I am eating. Keep it in the corner. For any newcomers who are like, why is this girl eating while she's... I apologize for munching. It's dinner time. Cat. This is the best drawing I've done all stream. My handwriting is atrocious. Alright, it's crunchy. Oh, I'm embarrassed to say I'm eating french fries. French fries and then hopefully something more filling, like protein later. It's just like a snack before I actually eat. Raise your hand if you're having dinner. I mean, I won't be able to see your hand, but you know. I'm sure for you, some of you, it's like much later, like it's in the AMs. What should I draw? I'm running out of things to draw. If I don't have anything to draw, I might just end the stream, but... You're having a bag of Doritos. You're valid. I might take a bathroom break. So I've drawn these two. Just slightly younger. It's kind of boring, but you know. Draw something cooler later. How do I color? That's a good question. I don't know. I mostly do like I'll do line art, right? Like sometimes it's messy line art, but it's line art nonetheless. Pardon me. And I'll lay down flats. And I'll do like the shading and stuff, right? And then I usually paint over it. I think it's kind of demonstrated in all of my speed paint videos, kind of how I do it. It's weird because it kind of changes from like drawing to drawing. Sometimes I'll do line art, sometimes I'll just do the messy sketch like I did with a couple of them. My art is messy. I guess I could do it right here. Like I can... That's one way. I'll color these two. So let me get Matthew's color right. It's kind of purpley. Skin's slightly like it has a weird purple tone. It's darker than that. Fix it in a sec. Lay down your flats. Yeah, like that. And then... much darker. I have difficulty like picking colors by eye. I almost always like immediately fix it in post. Where would I be without the color balance tool? Or the hue changing slider. And once you get like the hair down, you kind of see like the hair color and the skin tone together. You kind of see like I often like pick lighter colors than I should. Which is why I need to get like a color palette proper for them. How do you do lighting and shading? I find that particularly good. I still have difficulty with it too, especially when it comes to like the proper techniques for lighting and how it bounces off certain things. Shading is a little more easier, but not by much. I usually stick with fantastical lighting because of this. Tips though. Other than like just studying how light naturally bounces off things, which you can like take a quick trip to Google for like how it bounces off like the face. Tips I've learned. It's kind of silly, but like sometimes I'll have like a fake sun like coming off like this, and for some reason that helps. I don't know why. So maybe that doesn't help everyone, but I've learned that for me, for some reason having a fake light source, even if it's like my brain is like, oh, it's a sun, so I know how to bounce off things, right? It's really difficult when it comes to angles of the face, especially when the light's coming up from here. But maybe I can demonstrate that while I paint. Probably showing you guys probably better than me explaining because I can't explain things well. Ah, there we go. Purple boy. Not too purple, not that purple. Just ever so slightly there. His hair is darker. Let me see what people be saying. Adrian Griffiths, if you're still here, that is a very good photo of Genji. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Group presentation. Why are all your fingers gray? I couldn't tell you. You could be probably slowly turning into a Homestuck troll. And by that, if that's the reason, then I'm sorry, there's no cure for you. However, you could also be working with charcoal, and that makes my fingers gray. I just have a presentation tomorrow. Oh no. Live long and prosper. Oh, when you're on Psy, you have like this option to go full screen, right? If you go into the far corner, let me if I can see if I can move my camera up. I'll show you. Let me see. Is it up there? Yeah, so this one right up here, like right above like the preview image, the middle one right there, if you do that, it'll minimize all the windows. So yeah, fix this. So you hit that and then you get these to move around. Another little trick is, I did this earlier, new. If you go to view and then new, it just creates a copy of the canvas you have now, and it will copy whatever you put down on the original canvas. So if you want to do something color up close but not are unsure of how it'll look far away, you can do that. So I find that very useful because I often work up close and then I pull back and then it looks bad. And I'll spend like half an hour on it and be like, oh, now I gotta redo it. Saves time, saves energy, and saves tears. You're a level my school maybe. Oh, yikes. Hello, time tracer. I need healing. Do have my brush settings listed anywhere. I'm actually gonna make a video on that. But my brushes are they don't really have a whole lot to them other than like the textures used. So here's my favorite one. It's an airbrush tool. And it's got the flat texture. So it's like the square kind of looking one, right? So I think regular flat or like middle flat will work just fine. And the texture is noise, and it's just turned up to like very slightly, like 16 in the noise level. And I fiddle around with that all the time, so they're never like stay the same. That's the one I'm currently using. And I also use this one. I keep like mistaking this one for this one. I believe this one's middle flat and the canvas is the texture. But everyone's Psy is different. So not like everyone has like the same like textures, so that makes it really difficult. But anything that gives like a paper like texture to it, I think works just fine. I just have difficulty working with smooth pen like this. I can't make it work with my style. I need healing. I'm a Zenyatta main, so I'll heal you if you need it. I think Genjis are valid. I gotta take the, yeah, I gotta have that crunch, you know? That crunchy peanut butter. You're valid. I haven't played in a while. What makes me prefer Psy? Mostly because it's simple. I'm currently like, it's the simplicity I like. I think it's just because I'm so used to using it since I was younger. I'm trying to like expand my knowledge on other art apps. But I find that Psy's like simplicity can also be very limiting, and that's what's kind of encouraging me to look at other things, like Clip Studio Paint and such, and Krita. I think you're valid. No one talks to me either. I guess that's untrue. I mean, you all are talking to me right now, but in a day-to-day basis. You play on, I also play on PC. I'm not very I don't play very often though. My brother does. My brother like mains like quite a few heroes. He favors like Junkrat though, and like Zenyatta as well when he's healing. Sometimes he'll be Hanzo, which he really enjoys. He enjoys being Hanzo. I also enjoy being Hanzo. It's fun. I'm a terrible shot, but I like playing Hanzo. I only seem to get those headshots when I'm Zenyatta. Oh, thank you, Jackmap. I don't know how much longer I'll be going, but I'm still gonna see if I can color this thing. Just to demonstrate how I color, someone was asking. I still need to finish my food, and I feel bad for eating in front of the stream. Oh, Ben and Jerry sounds so good. I could really use a Cherry Garcia. I do like the blushy thing. Okay, when I color, I do like the blushy, like give some color. And I'll do like shines near like the lower eyelids, and then on the nose, like, or like I'll do a gradient on the nose and like that. And then I'll take color even brighter than their own skin tone, maybe tone it down like to a more purpley or something like that, and make it. All of my face painting techniques are kind of a mishmash of different artists. The blushy cheek thing I think I got from Alexander Douglas, and some of the way I put shines on faces are like inspired from Loish. How Loish does face. I like the way Loish incorporates like bounce lighting into her face shading. But as you can see, I don't have like a concrete lighting source. A lot of my lighting is fantastical. Oh, same, Adrian. Yeah, the fantastical lighting is the only lighting that exists. It's the only lighting that's valid. Real lighting? Don't know her. Holy shit, if it makes you feel any better, I'll have more streams in the future. So if you need to sleep, you can do that. Trust in what your heart tells you. That's what I do. I have to make the ears very dark. This is also a Alexander Douglas inspiration thing. I'm gonna do a shine at the end. Yeah. So I guess the light source is coming from this way. Kind of, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Do I look like someone who knows what she's talking about? No. No. Okay. So we're going... Okay, I usually don't go solid white for the eyes. I usually take a darker gray for the eyes, and then I'll do like a white for one part. Matthew's eyes are like a silvery blue. They really stand out. I still have difficulty when it comes to like painting hair, like drawing, like shading with hair. I've been trying to study the works of Lane Decker. I think the way he does hair is very pretty. It's very like ribbon-like and silky. Yeah, you kind of just gotta, when you're gonna want to make friends, sometimes you just gotta put yourself out there. I mean, it's like really scary at first, but like. What is everyone else doing right now? Like outside of the stream? Are you guys still drawing, or you just chilling, or? What sweet would I like to try in the UK? I don't know if I know any like UK specific sweets, because I don't know what kind of sweets they have over there that we also have here. I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of things. Portfolio work, valid. Doodling and drawing. All good stuff, all good stuff. Homework. Yeah. As someone who's graduated from, is done with school, just do the homework, guys. Just do it. Just do the stupid homework. It's not fun. Just do the homework. Oh, neat. We never got to read The Great Gatsby. I got to watch a lot of movies for English in senior year. Never read Gatsby. Watched and read Kill a Mockingbird, though, which I really like. I really like that book. And I've never heard of Maltesers. Curly Whirlies sound really cool. Cute. I never got to read Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I want to read that on my own though. We stand a queen of science fiction, horror. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can paint over this. I usually work on the eyes first when it comes to painting. I should have my, I should have this open. Ah. Okay. There we go. You have returned. Out of fear, not of loyalty. Thank you, Zoe. They stare into your soul. And I feel like I'm going to end the stream fairly soon. If anyone has any other questions they'd like to ask before I end this stream. I suppose now's the time to ask them. You wish you could have proper pizza? Is it because it's super late where you are and you can't order a pizza, or is it just the diet thing? Because either way, I feel you. Pizza sounds nice, I say as I'm eating my dinner. I can't believe it's been this long. Like, I can't believe I started at 12:30 and now it's almost 6 o'clock. If you want a day to go by real fast, just live stream. Just do it. It's the inspiration for pattern and motifs on clothes. Let me see. Mostly just by memory of what I've of the kind of patterns I see normally, like day to day, but also off of specific like cultures. Like I take a lot of inspiration from like Celtic, like knots and like swirls and stuff, especially on Cassian's like clothing. But for motifs in general, honestly, just going out and finding inspiration on like character design and stuff, they can really be helpful, especially looking at like fantasy like stuff. Like I'll like I looked at a lot of art books. Art books are very helpful for inspiration for design and stuff. So I've looked at art books for like different like sci-fi and fantasy stuff, like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and stuff. Really helps. But as for like fashion on itself, I guess it depends on what kind of thing you're looking for. Because like for Melodies, like Melodies patterns are very much influenced by like what I believe it is. It hold on, let me get her. By West African stuff, because that's where it's kind of inspired where she's from, I suppose. But also having like a touch of it, like blending of like fantasy-ish stuff you see from like generic fantasy. It's kind of like that. Similarly for Kai's book, I kind of just got inspiration from all like the ocean trinkets I have around my house to create the book. It's so funny finding like stuff just like around the house to inspire you for stuff like that. Like I can spend like hours like looking for reference online and like find something in my home. Like the next day, be like, oh, this would have been perfect. I could have just remembered this thing in my house. Let me see. Yo, what's up? Hello. Yeah, that's true, Zoe. Good on you, Zoe. I would not have shown much restraint from like pizza. Let's go. Yes, I do have social media accounts. In the description of this video, I have different places you can follow me. I'm mostly active on Twitter. That's where you can find most of my artwork and most of like the previews for the videos I'm going to make. But I also have an Instagram and a Pinterest and a toy house, and yeah. I'm most active on Instagram though. I mean, on Twitter. I wish I were active on Instagram, but I'm not. I will remedy that this year. Draw more traditional stuff and whatnot. How come I'm such a cool dude? Oh, shucks. I'm just a mop with dreams. You're dying. Someone call an ambulance. Were live streams ever scary to you? Yes, it would. They're still scary to me a little bit. My heart still like beats real fast like before I start a stream because like the people I have like I still have 112 people watching, which is like amazing to me right now. But like whenever it gets over a certain number, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm struggling to feel like I'm doing enough to keep them like interested, to keep them want to keep watching. But especially when I first started out, like I always had like trouble, like technical problems that would always like really stress me out. Like for some reason, I just thought it was like the end of the world when something wouldn't go right on a stream. Like I felt like I was like letting everyone down, even though it's it's supposed to be just like this fun thing you do. It's not supposed to be like this. Either make a good stream or you die kind of thing, But it certainly feels like that, especially when you are an anxious person like I am. Oh, I'm going to buy stickers off Redbubble for my birthday. Oh gosh, I don't know. I haven't bought a whole lot of stickers from Redbubble. I've bought one of my own just to test it out. The quality of their stickers are fairly good. I don't know. You could always get Jenna's cute narwhal sticker. I'm sure she still has that up, right? It's kind of my oldest character. Samos is actually technically my oldest character. That's the tiny one that I have a lot in my social media icons. She's gone through so many iterations. It's like really, she's not even like the same character she used to be anymore. This is my oldest character. So I don't even know if I can call her my oldest character because she's grown so much. It's like I almost like did like an entire redo on that character. So technically, yes, she's my oldest character, but also, it was only a few years ago where she started to look like this, I guess. Oh, it's okay. I'll see you soon, I suppose, in another stream. I'm ending this soon anyway, so. Any tips for taking tablets? As in like pills? It's I think I'm assuming pills, right? Or like something similar like that. Usually having a thing of water next to me so I can wash it down quicker kind of helps it go down. Um, I hope you're not. I hope you feel better though. I don't know if it's like a medical thing you have to take, but. Will you show us how to draw noses? Sure, I can do that in another stream or in another video altogether. I like drawing noses, they're kind of fun. How do I make skin tones? Again, like with most things, just observing from life and the kind of skin tones you see from normal people. There are a lot of good references online of people who've made their own. I don't have a specific method myself, just mostly from observation and just taking the color of a color slider and zooming it into what I feel looks proper. Shading with skin tones is a whole different ballpark because people shade skin tones differently. I think it all just depends on what your personal preference is. I know that sounds wishy-washy. I'm sorry. I don't really have a perfect answer for choosing skin tones, especially because my first pick of a color on skin tone never works out properly. I guess keep in mind of the tones underneath the skin tone, because the skin, depending on which skin color you choose, actually can have a variety of hues, especially when they're super pale, like I don't know, like Cassian. When you're so pale, like myself, I'm super pale. You have pigments of you can have pigments of like green and blue underneath the skin tone. So whether you want to shade with that or not is up to you. But I guess keeping in mind if what kind of the tones underneath the skin, is it a cool skin tone or cold or warm, can affect on you can have fair skin, but it's some people have different types of fair skin. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, thank you, daughter of Zeus. Your English is just fine. Thank you. We live for bird Jesus. You're correct. You're right. A lot of people thought that, Pink Bear. Savos was very meant to be androgynous, so I don't blame anyone who thought that. She uses any pronouns, so I've just always used she, her, just because it's the one I've always used ever since I was young, ever since she was a character in elementary school. You made it her at hand? Oh my gosh. I might. Let me go find something real quick. I know I have to end this, but this is gonna be good. Oh my god, are you guys prepared for this? It might be scary. Older ones. Let me see if I can actually find it, because I don't know if I still have it on this computer. Come on now. I have this picture of her when she's supposed to be young. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. Let me see. This one's from like my years with Coral Painter. Let me see. Do I have one older than this though? I have photos of her like older than this, but I feel like this is good. This is when I was first getting into digital art. And this was supposed to be same as when she's younger. Wow. Amazing. I'm gonna see if I can find something even older. I bet there's something. We're out here exposing me. I actually have a drawing of how she used to look like kind of recently, like to show the difference. But it's not authentic enough. It's not authentic enough. It's not the real deal. You know what I'm saying? I can't find it. I'm a sham. There has to be something. Please. Anything. Here's another one. I think it's a little more recent than that, but it's still traditional work. Look at her elf ears. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Samus is non-binary. She most commonly uses she, her, and they, them, but yeah. Also, just because she's a mythical creature that doesn't really conform to, you know. Wow. I kind of want to redo this image. This is supposed to be Kai, by the way. It's supposed to be a younger Kai. Look at his tiny elf ears. Only all had elf ears. Wow. Let me see if I've... When you say practice anatomy, would you say quick poses are more detailed or more effective? I think both. Taking care to make a like analyzing like anatomy is very good, but also like gestures. I think gesture is very important, and I think it's also it helps get the basic shape. I don't think you need to be a master of anatomy and knowing each bone or muscle to be good at anatomy. I think it helps, but I think as long as you have a basic idea of how it works, I think you're going to be fine, at least for now. I think you're going to want to do both, loose anatomy and then studies. So at least you'll have the knowledge to fall back onto. But displaying that knowledge in a fluid and in a way that reads well is just as important, if not more important. So it's a lot of stuff to study, but it's worth it in the long run, and it can be fun if you allow it. The Babs. Yeah, that's Samos. Ain't that something? How do you make more deep and more complete characters? As I've said before, time is a big element. You know a character better through time and getting to know them. Again, but some people don't have the liberty of time. Some people like write for a living and still, have a deadline and create characters. Have to, but I think similarly to looking at reference, like reading a lot of stuff or experiencing a lot of like stories that have similar deep complex characters helps, gives you inspiration, but it also helps to give a character like feelings and experiences that are representative of real life, and especially your real life is important, because if you give a character like if you base a character off feelings or give them a feeling of something that's happened to you or an experience you have, then I think you grow a lot more closer to them. You know what they're more about, and also they become that much more personal to you, and therefore, and it shows. It shows if how much love is put into a character, because and people are going to notice, honestly. So yeah, and the rest of that stuff usually comes with time, and making a character unique. I guess also I think uniqueness can come with like the complexity a character has. So yeah, I think having multifaceted characters are important. That's right. She does not conform. How do you make your eyes symmetrical? I will let you know once I figure that out myself. Flipping the canvas is a huge help. I know it's scary. Like, even this eye is a little off. Look at that. I know it's scary, but it helps. Flipping the canvas helps, and doing it often helps. I know I haven't been shown to do it a lot, but call the bird Jesus call. You guys can still be called the bird Jesus call. Whatever you guys want, honestly. You are my starlings, and we're all part of the bird Jesus cult. Okay, if that's what everyone has to say, I think I'm going to end it off here. Yeah, I think that's it. I thank you all for coming. I will stream again soon, hopefully. If there's anything else anyone wants to say before I end it, you are free to do so. I will not get the hose. Alright, so I love you guys too. My Twitter is Canary Witch. It's all one word. And all my links are in the description of this video. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'm sorry, Pancake. I'll stream soon again, I promise. I swear. Okay. I'm going to end this now. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Goodbye.